Live.
We're alive. Meanwhile, I was thinking when you know how Jesus like ready B, so I can't say ready W. Do I say ready we? Cause YV.
Ready P. Miss
Eh?
Piggy.
Miss oh, oh.
Mm.
So we are live and we are back. So
We're
since
back.
2001, yeah.
And we're actually wearing light clothes together. We didn't plan this, by the way. We didn't.
I was shocked. I was like, wait a minute. Then around
Uh-huh.
because I really can't see. I'm
It's
blinding.
okay.
So
It's okay. Ne
I don't know.
kaliko fingerprints, eh? Tugende tukawipinge ko. Yeah. Because that's the ghetto. Nkulabise.
Hi Yvonne, how are you?
I'm all right. How you doing?
How's your week? As if I didn't know anything.
I know we're here pretending like as if we didn't talk 30 seconds ago. So yeah, my week went by really, really fast.
Like
So
vacation in Uganda.
ah girl, my week went by really, really fast. I had a couple of meetings for the magazine job that I'm doing. So we're working on Black History Month. So we're
Yeah.
basically going around and interviewing different Black owned businesses and whatnot and like putting things in place so that when the month comes, we already have our articles and our pictures and whatnot. And then also we have something new that's coming up. So there's a festival called Africanival in
Mm.
Edmonton that happens every year. It's the biggest Afro-Caribbean festival
Mm-hmm.
in Edmonton. So they came up with a new section for an arts corner where okay, the arts corner was already there, but they added something extra, which is the movie magic part. Yeah.
Oh. Movie magic like a movie magic on Mnet.
Mnet, was it Mnet? No, Mnet.
It was on DSTV. Movie
DSTV,
magic.
yeah, Movie Magic. But Movie Magic is basically
Mm.
we're basically doing a what is it called? A call for auditions. So basically these guys are
Mm.
gonna come. We're looking for whether you're an amateur, intermediate, an expert, whoever you come, we work on a project together and make a short
We
film
talk about
that's
extra.
going to be girl, if you can come over, come over. That's going to be showcased on Africanival. So that's
Mm.
basically what I am in charge of. That's the part I'm in charge of, which, girl, I'm the one who chose
Mm.
this. There was the part of doing the fashion show, but I was like, no, I'm not doing the fashion show because, like, I've done that before. I will do the movie section, but
Mm. Challenging yourself.
yeah, I'm challenging myself. So, like, I've been having quite a few meetings and then also like seeing what I need in order to make this work. So the week has gone by very fast and
Mm.
before I know it, it's going to be end of January and I need a lot of stuff to be done, which it's not working yet. But yeah, that's how my week has been. How has your week been?
My week has been sad. There was a member of parliament, a pastor in Uganda, the guy I was talking about. And my sadness was so many Ugandans believe that a person who needs to fight for them needs to fit a certain criteria and look a certain type of way, you
Mm.
know. Um, this man was trying to his level best to change his municipality, but the way he died, it was such a terrible death. He was crying out for help. The judge refused to give him bail, even though he was a member of parliament. The
Wait,
judge refused.
he died in jail?
No, he died out of jail,
Oh,
but
okay.
like had he probably sought medical attention sooner,
Mm.
probably he would still be here. So in a way or two, like it made me realize that there's a lot of tribalism in Uganda. Probably if he was from the west. If he was from the west of Uganda, probably he would be like how
Um,
he would have been treated better. So that
yeah.
that was shocking to me, and everyone is like, oh, he's a Muslim and all those other things. Then there's that whole religion thing coming in, and I'm like, but his reviews and him not, like he used his position well for the little time he spent. He fought for like rights for his people and all. So like I it was really sad. It was
He
a sad.
wasn't really like the rest of the parliament members. Sorry, I'm so distracted by this cute cat that's out my window. Oh, it's ginger and white. So cute. I'm so sorry.
Budget going the cat supplementing going but the cat's going. There's a thing on TikTok where cats choose you. Probably that's your cat, and we've been wanting to get a cat.
I should have opened that door and it just comes and I never open and let it out. My goodness.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the most messed up thing about Uganda. People who actually
Mm.
want to do good things and like fight for the
Yeah,
country in a proper way are despised and like taken. They just got disappeared, taken away by a drone or something. Now, like this one was
yeah.
poisoned.
He was
He was
poisoned. Yeah,
poisoned,
because
right?
he said he was. Like he had a cancerous leg, and he was like, "They have injected me with all these things. This is not alleged information. This is
Mm.
the things that were televised." And he was like, "Please, I need to get out and seek medical help. I don't know what's going on with my body." But like everyone was like, "Oh, because he used to joke a lot, people thought it was a joke." But now like his life is gone, and then they try to politicize his burial. Kwigamba, like on top of making my week sad, that's what made me tired.
May he rest in
And
peace.
he rests in peace.
Man, pray for his family as well. I'm pretty he
Yeah,
was quite young, so he probably had even young kids, right?
he had young children. He was 36, 37.
Whoa, that's so close.
He's so close to me. And
That
you too,
is so
but
bloody
to me
close, man.
more.
That guy was so
Yeah.
young. I didn't know he was that young.
Yeah, he was Honorable Muhammad
Oh
Sagini,
dear.
and he was a revert, so I kind of relate to him too.
May you rest in peace, man. So
He
that's what
was,
also made you tired. What made me tired this week
yeah,
is people who don't know about personal space.
go
You
on.
know, you know these motherfuckers. You're in line, and I can feel your breath on the back of my neck. We're not supposed to
Like
be
I
feeling
know
that
what
way.
you
We
ate
are
last night.
celibate.
Come, take 3 steps back. You
Yes, we
know.
are celibate. I watched this video of this guy who the caption was this is what I'm gonna be doing in case someone is in my space. Nagaya azina mazina, then he was like twerking. So like in the process of twerking, the person pushes behind,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
For me, I'm just
Did
gonna
you?
get a spiked jacket. You're too close. You're pog, bitch. Guamani. So that's what made me
Mama
tired.
did.
Like people need to know about personal
Mm,
space. Why can I feel your breath on my neck? Right?
mm,
Like I literally feel your nipples on my back. Calm down. That's not what it is. We're just waiting in line to go see the bank teller and
yeah.
deposit money or withdraw money or whatever the hell you're gonna be doing. But like have some personal space for Christ's sake. So yeah, that's what made me tired this week. People who do not
Never know.
know
It's a
and
new
respect
banks
personal space.
also. Go on. What are you going to do then to the bank? Deposit money or a check?
I was depositing a check.
Yeah, but it's easier when you do it on the ATM. It saves you all that mess.
I have trust issues.
Babe,
Mwana ATM hizo kugamba, what check?
a receipt when
I
you
have
deposit
trust
the check.
issues. I'm from
And
Uganda, Carlton.
we are breaking out of this shell, okay? And so next time our check comes, we're like, you know what? Yeah, because sente babera tibagenda zikola gundi. Kasaba kwa receipt, you hold on to the receipt until
And you
it
know, there's
goes.
also another thing. You can
Mm,
just take a picture of the check and deposit it like that. But, Yvonne, sometimes I like to suffer and take my ass all the way to the bank in -20 to
go,
deposit a check.
that is why for me, like I used to love. why the reason why I actually bought a car, it is because abantu in the wintertime people don't like showering. People are, like, hey, you enter the bus, you're like, wow, 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 wow. I can smell you.
I
Mm?
can smell you like,
Yeah, so
well,
like
you're
that
even
was
lucky
my
you don't.
motivation to.
Oh,
That was my
that is my
motivation.
motivation too. That is my
Yeah.
motivation too. Guys, I'm going to a GoFundMe page to get me a car because abantu mu winter bawunya, abantu
I
bo ku bus. I've said it before. And you know what? I actually think, no,
know.
I actually don't think. I know
Mm,
because the fact that it's really, really cold. Yeah. I think like the homeless people, I know they don't have access to showering all the time. Homeless people keep taking the bus, right?
mm.
So in order to like get away from the cold for
I
some
get some
time,
warms because buses are warm.
yes, yes, to get some warmth. But bro, you guys are coming on for free. I am paying for this shit. I'm sorry you're
Mm.
homeless, but I
It is motivation for you to to start a GoFundMe.
yes,
Open a
guys, can go
motiva.
find me. Eh?
To get
A
a
ride for
like
Miss
this book.
Piggy. A ride for Miss Piggy. It doesn't have to be a new car. I only need like 4 grand, and then I have myself a car. And I'm saved from this smells on the bus, guys.
Speaking of homeless people, I was speaking to. There was a time I was house hunting, and I met this person who was supposed to share the house with, and he was complaining about the homeless people. Like, oh my goodness, there are homeless people in the compounds everywhere. You can't do anything, and I told him, like you are one step away.
One
You're
paycheck
one step,
away.
one paycheck away, like this. Um, so like, yeah, that was for him. And that's for other people to understand that, like homelessness doesn't come out like just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
At times people's decisions, but at times, people just were fired at the wrong time.
And then with COVID, I think it just
Right.
made the whole situation worse. And like some people haven't
And
still
now,
been able to
I know
bounce
with the
back
fires
to
in California,
my
they're going to create
goodness.
a lot of homelessness because like when they were parading the whole wildfires, they were only showing the rich people neighborhoods, child, even the middle class. Even the
Everyone.
Section 8. There was a camp of mobile homes. The schools
God.
and the libraries. So like when they say this fire is different from the others, this fire has been really different. You know,
And we also pray for those people who have lost their lives in this fire.
we
May
really
they
do.
rest in peace.
Mm.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, what are you drinking?
So today it's just what's my drink? Oh.
Girl!
So today it's just Selam Husk. It's fiber day. I take Selam Husk every 3 days. I used to take it every day, but I don't.
We don't want to talk about it on the podcast.
But we can. We can. The thing is, I certainly started getting constipated. And I was like, oh, probably I'm taking it way too much, or, like, so I just decided to take it like every other day, like twice a week. So today's the lamb husk day.
Oh,
You
I
know, it's
understand
a,
the
it's a, it's a great
constipated
fiber.
thing. Because
Mm,
also when I was taking my teas, like, I still
mm,
take them. When I was taking my teas, like, every day, morning and evening, I still do that. But
mm,
then you need to, like, also hydrate. Because I think there
mm,
was one of the herbs that I was taking that was really making me dehydrated. So I
mm,
was constipated, like,
yeah.
properly. Then when I started incorporating warm water fasting in the morning, yeah, girl. Ogena no kabida kutoy, but when I
Ooh,
started incorporating one more time in the
mm,
morning and whatnot, like with a pinch of salt, like somebody said,
yeah.
yeah, it all started coming out, and like my bowel movement is now back on
You know,
check.
I do not believe when people talk about detox tea, like um I believe the kidneys and the liver detox themselves. So, like in most cases, when you take something that's like, oh my, it's a detox. It's just a flash, or at times it even flashes away all your potassium in the body or sugar. Yeah. So, like like probably a cleanse. But when someone says detox, "Ah, you guys, we need to first read into these things, because like this detox teas and stuff. But when you read through, all these things are just like flashes. They just help, like
Flush out the
the
system.
system to flash out. You know,
Mm.
yeah.
So I am drinking chaga mushroom tea.
Okay.
I wrote down the benefits in case I forgot because there's so
Please let's
many.
go.
It regulates stress.
Mm,
It gives you energy. So like my coffee lovers, this is actually better than coffee, much healthier than coffee. It's
mm.
anti-aging, anti-parasitic, anti-diabetic.
But
It's
but like do this thing of like of how cute you are. Yeah, collaborate. But like
oh, can you
what?
have cuteness kanke?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's my friend. That's my.
Go best friend, that's my best friend, that's my best friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
You know.
antiviral, antioxidant,
Okay.
immunomodulator. So
Mm,
immunomodulator, it actually works with your immunity. Let me
mm-hmm.
say, if your immunity is, I don't know if you can have like a too high immunity, it balances it and like brings it down. If it's too low, it brings it up
Balances
pretty
your
quickly.
hormones,
Yeah, it balances your shit.
and electrolytes. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And many more. Yeah, and it's also a good source of vitamin D. And I think it's also good for iron. Me and my iron struggles. You lucky bitch. We don't have sun yet. But soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm drinking. All
Uh-huh.
right.
Anyway.
We didn't introduce ourselves.
But now they know us.
Oh,
I'm Helen. You know.
hi everyone. I'm YV, aka Miss Piggy, aka Niger Maid on Instagram.
Mega mad. Currently I am on a detox, like I explained the other Sunday. Like when you see me on TikTok, it
Why are
is
you pointing
because
at me?
no, I'm
Stop.
I'm
Girl.
pointing at the people just because they see me on TikTok. Oh, right now I'm pointing at you. Now I'm pointing at our viewers. So if you see me anywhere on the socials, just so you know, I had to do a poll and ask questions. Because today's topic is about second chances. So I needed to know, like what would you do different if you were given a second chance at life? Somebody.
Salvador. So speaking of, how this actually came to us?
Hmm.
I had a dream last week,
I
which I
had
told
a
you about.
dream. Yeah.
Remember, I told
Mm-hmm.
you about my dream.
Mm-hmm.
So in my dream, like guys, for real, I don't know if this is like a premonition or whatever, but it was like I was playing a video game in my dream, and like I was literally seeing my life. And
You
we
were
went to
walking through your
KPS.
life in part third person.
We went to KPS, and I know the exact road. Like I know where this happened. So as I was playing my game of my life, I slowly glanced away for like a microsecond, and I looked back on the screen, and I had died. Right, I was on the ground, and the first thing that came to me was, oh, shoot! Now I have to find another body, right?
Hmm.
Another body to come back as. But then in my head, I was like, oh, I have to explain to my parents who I am because they will see a different face, but it's actually me. So like I was thinking of like how am I going to tell them and whatnot. Okay, now who am I going to come back as? And then and then that's when you mentioned what that move that series Salvador Second
That was
Chance.
a solid
Yeah,
chance,
because I think the
which you
guy
did not
died. I
watch.
didn't watch it. I think the guy died and then he came back as
Yeah.
Nepal.
Eh, we all, everyone watched it, but
Girl,
you.
not me. Not
Um,
me. I
but
was
I
on
wanted to
Mnet
ask
Movie
you.
Magic while you guys were. What thing was it? Sun New Television. Yeah.
By the way, it was on WBS.
WBS. Yeah, like
Mm.
I was not patriotic back then. Like why am I watching WBS? I felt like I was too good for WBS. Like what's that? But now
Uh,
I watch it.
my question is, do we have a tale that, just in case we come back as another person,
Yeah.
we have a tale, or let me say, like, I come back as another person, eh? Do we have a tale of you knowing that it's actually me? Because I thought about it as like, what would Yvonne's tale be? Because,
Wait, like can
you
you
may come
I
back
don't
as,
understand.
you may come back as a raggedy man, like big, white, like strong, which take it, I don't have a man, I'm Yvonne. I'm like,
And you're like, no, 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 no. I ain't start giving you all that tea you've ever given me. Like, hey,
oh, because for such as I have shared, 3 a.m. is the worst time. I have shared so much at 3 a.m. with you.
what do you mean only you? We have shared. We are just telling you, Carlton. Remember this and this and this, and then this and this happened. You're like, stop there.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that's how you know. I wonder, actually.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
so
before we,
second chances. I didn't get the chance to
mm.
ask my people about second chances. So,
I wrote down some of the people. By the way, guys, when we're doing polls, please answer us. Like you'll be just scrolling on our status. Like I literally posted it everywhere, and everyone saw it. But why did only 5 people answer me? I'm
I
complaining
don't
to you
know.
all,
I know,
guys.
and you can actually see people who are saying all these things.
Eh,
Yeah? Like
like,
someone starts calling you out, where you die, yeah. Eh? You die, you watched my status and you didn't say anything, you didn't even share, you didn't even like, but you're there. I saw you, eh? And then you say you want us to meet up on Saturday. No.
mm,
Mm-mm.
mm, mm.
Support your girl.
Support your girl. Anyway, one said they would go straight to hygiene school. Like as soon as they're done with high school, they will go straight to hygiene school. They don't
What hygiene
hygienist.
school?
They don't hygienist. Like they work with the dentist. So like
Oh.
she's like she went through so many steps. But she wishes she went straight to hygiene school. She's very passionate about it, and you know
Speaking
she's
of
like,
hygiene school, speaking of doing that, like, oh, little baby peanut, Lighton. Ah,
but
girl.
we're going to go.
So there's this thing here, like S4, when you finish senior four,
Mm.
that's what grade is that in Bulaya? I can't do the math
It's
right now.
it's
Isn't it
it's
grade
doing high
10?
school, really.
Basically high school, and then like you go
Yeah,
to higher class or
yeah.
university, right? I feel like we actually did waste a lot of time doing all that
S5
garbage.
and
More like
S6.
for me, honestly,
Mm.
when I finished high school, I really wanted to go
Mm.
to art school.
Yeah.
Not even high school. Before I even did A level, I
Mm.
wanted to go straight to art school, like a vocational school or something.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I don't know why in Uganda they feel like when you go to a vocational school, you have failed in life.
You have failed in life.
You have to go through A level and then go through university. Yet I feel like that's a waste of time because I went through all that bullshit. I went to university. I wasted a lot of time until I came back full circle and I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do when I was 17, right? And now
Mm.
I'm 34, right? Like I could have done that a while. I could have been far. I know I could have been far. So I totally agree
Yeah.
with her. You should have gone to hygiene school. And like A
I
level is just a waste, honestly.
Majority of
Unless
teachers in A level don't know how to teach.
they don't care.
They're just bowling through life.
As for university, I went to MUBS. Yeah.
Mm.
I did business administration. We
Brilliant.
were like 1,000 students. Eh?
And
Who's
business
gonna give a shit
admin.
about you? Of We had some exams where we had to fight to do exams. Like, what kind of garbage is that? But if you're doing something intimate, like, I feel like vocational schools are a little bit more intimate because, like,
Mm.
you know what direction you're going to, you know exactly, and then that teacher is going to guide you. But then here, BBA, mwena muje, muje mulwane, Jesus
And for
Christ.
starters, they're so expensive.
Exactly. Hygiene school, yes, girl, I agree with you, but
Yeah,
the teacher.
because S5 and S6 it is 3.8 million a term. So that is literally 1,000 USDs.
Is that how
One
much
thousand.
money we paid when
We paid half, but right now S5 and S6. Yeah, I looked at it and I'm
wait,
like,
per
oh,
term?
yeah, per term. So
It's
every
two,
2 months I have to come up with like 1,200.
per term, and
Hmm.
a year has 3 terms.
Yeah,
So that is
literally
three,
5,000 a year.
5 grand. 5 grand for what?
Because like essentials and all this other good stuff. It really doesn't
Wow.
add up when the end goal, like naturally, I don't know why. Like they are shame, people who have been gone through a certain path, and I think that's what she doesn't want. She feels like, oh my goodness, I'll be ashamed if I don't do S5 and S6. Yeah, but I'm
No.
like, you want to do this? Why don't you go do this straight up? And
Yes, straight
like
up.
life changed after COVID. I keep telling people like the life we knew is
Mm,
no more. You know,
yeah.
um, not even COVID. Like there was a girl on TikTok I saw who said like these fires that happened in Los Angeles truly showed her that life is no, like I can't be like I'm going to Los Angeles to start my dream because the rent is way too high. Like you'll be working like you will be working for basic needs. So by the time you will chase your dream, you can chase your dream elsewhere. When you're not struggling
Exactly.
to leave.
Exactly. You just go visit, man.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Another one was like they wish they bought a house in the 2000, like if they were given a second chance to live this life again, they would have bought a house in the 2008 recession. The Americans. So like, I guess when the recession happened, they're like because man, housing right now. Mm,
It's not
yeah.
easy. Good God.
Good God.
Do you think there's ever going to be another recession with this whole inflation that's going up and up
Um,
and up and up?
I spoke to some researcher who said right now we're actually in another pandemic, another health pandemic, in that like there has been a flu, like it is advisable to wear a mask, like RSV, is it RSV? The strain
No.
of COVID and flu. For example, there's a strain that came like that, which is taking people out. So, like, yeah,
Okay.
whatever is going on in
Look
the
at you
world.
talking to researchers. Who are you?
Oh, so
Anyway,
yeah,
like seriously, I've heard about it because yeah, with the meeting that I was doing. So I had this one meeting with one of the producers,
yeah,
a movie, sorry, not a producer, a movie director. And
mm,
we couldn't have the meeting because she had been sick. So when we eventually had the meeting, she was recovering. She was like, "Oh my God, there's this strain of flu that she's in Toronto.
mm, Mm.
There's this strain of flu that just took me down, and she had been sick since Christmas Day. Imagine, she had been down
Yeah.
since Christmas Day, and she's just recovering. And she's like, it just feels like death.
It is advisable to wear a mask right now, anywhere you are. You know,
And drink
especially
your
in that bank.
mushrooms, guys. Drink your mushrooms. Have your vitamins. And
Especially
yeah,
in that bank.
with these motherfuckers who are breathing on your neck, oh, take your breath away. No.
So anyway, another one said they wish they had children early, you know, like all their children in their 20s because these sleepless nights are killing them. You know, she
Ooh.
just had a newborn and she's like, child, ooh,
Oh,
you know, baby number three taking me out. But, you know, we love
I
babies.
totally understand. Yeah, we
Yeah.
love babies, but yes, let's not also forget the fact that
Mm,
I feel like children have been over romanticized.
mm.
And like you only see the cute aspect of the baby. Oh, we have matching clothes. Oh, look at mini me and
Ah.
blah blah blah. But then behind the scenes, it's ghetto. They're there. We're there talking to baby, and like the baby's puking on her beautiful titties. Like you know,
I I am a huge
okay,
believer
there's
that
nothing wrong with puke. No,
yeah,
there's everything wrong with puke.
yeah. I am a huge
But like,
believer that
yeah, there's sleepless nights. There's
yeah.
I love my
Our
sleep.
20s are literally teenagers. You know,
Yeah,
like, because you're just from school, like, your life has just begun. So, I do not know who came up with this thing of like biological clock and stuff, but I really believe, like, in your 30s, you know, when you have your life together, you know what you want, like, you can just, like, oh, with them now, like, you know, I don't want to go out again,
yes,
you know. But
that's
then like in your
when.
20s, like you have just had you know, you're 21, you're fresh from school, you have just had a set of twins. Yeah, you know, like your life is moving out, you know, this is helping, you know, like we used to hear of stories of like this girl left children in her house, then took a flight. Imagine you leave a newborn in the house.
Took
I
a
think
flight. Speaking
yeah,
of, yes, I think we should have children when we are a little bit more mature.
mature.
Because a one friend of ours, his baby mother,
Mm,
I think she was tired because she got knocked up when she was really young.
mm,
I think she was grown but quite young. I don't want to say her age right now because my is a musiba.
mm,
But anyway, so apparently, I guess she was really fed up with the whole situation of like having to take care of the kids and whatnot. And remember, she's young. Her friends have just joined campus and whatnot, and
mm,
she's here stuck in the house with two babies. So like,
mm.
her brain is not fully formed, first of all, and she's feeling like she's missing out. So what she did is she bloody locked the kids in the house and went out, right? Clearly she's very immature to be a mother, and you're saying you want to
Yeah.
have your kids in your 20s. So the guy comes home and he's like saying, there's Ugandan houses where a padlock you can put it outside and whatnot. He's saying
Yeah.
the padlock is out. It's like the time makes sense. Opens the door, finds the kids inside by themselves. Like anything could have happened to those kids, right? That's how a fire starts, God forbid. Or like, I don't know, anything can happen.
Yeah, anything
But
can
her
happen.
young brain, she wasn't thinking about that. What she was thinking about,
You know, they're
I'm missing
sleeping.
out,
Let me go.
FOMO,
Let me go.
right?
Good man, because
So
postpartum
having your
depression
kids
also
in your
gets you when you're
20s, eh?
young.
Yeah, like I feel like we should have our kids when we're more mature, you're even
Much love.
financially stable.
Mm.
You're not asking your parents for diapers. And then also I listened to some other podcasts of like this lady who had her kids when she was really young. She said like her kid used to just frustrate and she would bring her frustration on her kid. She would like beat up her child and whatnot, to the point that the kid actually got really close with the maid. So she comes back home one time and she's like hearing the child talking and she's like, what's that happening? She goes into the room and the kid keeps quiet. So she asks the maid, she's like, you mean my son is talking? She's like, yeah, he talks. But like the kid is so afraid of you, so whenever you come into the space, his
Mm.
silence is quiet. He's not talking. He's not himself because mommy is gonna beat me, right?
Yeah.
And this is because she was a young parent. She was frustrated. But then when you're like more mature, I feel like there's a higher chance of you taking better care of the kid, and like we're not going to be raising hurt people, right? Because there's a thing you sent me. I can't find it right now
Mm,
because like I'm using the phone. But yeah, it's
yeah.
something to do with like the way your
Unhealthy
parents raises
parents.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Being raised by unhealed parents.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And then you also at that you also know at that point when you're 20, like thank we thank God for like mature husbands or baby daddies or boyfriends who, will step in to raise a child. At that point, some 20-year-old guys are like, nah, fam, you're on this thing on your own, right? So
Mm.
you find like you're a single 20-year-old
Because
mother.
like in most cases, even the guy Bambi, he was just playing around. It was his first time to see Vahina. Yeah? And as a
Right?
Vahina, like explodes all these wonders. And then there
Exactly.
comes a
And then
child.
also in our case of our homie
Mm,
whose baby mama locked the kids in the house, like she was immature, so he now has to be a single father, right? Because he was like, I can't trust this chick with the kids by the time she's doing this
mm,
shit, right? So yeah, I know it's like nice unless you have really good support, then yes,
yeah.
please have your kids in your 20s so that when you're in your 30s, you're just chilling, and like by the time you're 40, they're out of the nest. But only do that shit when you have good support.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Anyway, another one
yeah,
who said they wish they chose better partners. Like if they are given a second chance, they would have chosen. Like there are so many partners that have been in their lives that they would have been like, uh, because that changed their course of life.
partners do change your course of life. Like,
Anyway, so kwenye mukao ka mushroom kanyweko. Aha. do,
I need
do, do,
more.
do you want to add on to that? But go on there. That's a hefty topic.
Um, Partners do change your course of life, to be
Yeah.
honest, guys. Choose good partners. And me, my advice is before you jump into a relationship or a marriage or
Mhm.
whatever, be friends first. Number one, know each other's backgrounds. Yeah, don't just rush into things because, oh, I'm in love or blah, 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 right? Know where they come from.
Mm.
Make sure your families at least know each other because, when families know each other, I feel like there's a little bit more responsibility and respect for the partner,
Mm.
right? Like, Carlton, if you and I were married, why did I even laugh?
Mm.
But anyway, if you and I were married, get
But
serious.
yes.
If you and
Okay.
I were married, yeah,
Mm.
and like my family, I know your family, eh? There's some form
Mutual
of
respect.
shame if you're mistreating me.
Mm.
There's some form of respect knowing that where I come from, like you're going to be held.
Accountable.
Yes, you're going to. Yeah, there's that accountability. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. There's that accountability when you know your
Oluzungu
family.
lwange lukomyewo
Oh,
bannange.
Lutungo! Look at you. I think it's the vitamin D.
Ah!
There's that accountability
Mm.
when you know where you guys are coming from, when you start as friends. Okay? Kuba ngaba nabantu betusanga, honestly, good for you if praise
You,
God if you like found this person and then like you get married in like a month and like you don't really know even the background and everything is hunky dory, good for you, but it doesn't
you,
always end up like that. Abantu
it's,
bagenda ne bakumanyiira because they imagine that, whew, this is getting deep.
but was a whole I think actually this is the other thing. I actually, like arranged marriages. I am a huge believer that it was a good thing.
Me too.
Yeah, of like, you know what, this family knows Kwagamba. Yes, at times, I'm not saying they all work. Na iwa beda
Yes,
with that mutual gundi of like a omwana fena omukwata ke wamwe manyi yongenda kuja mwe namba tuvumbure.
exactly.
um,
Exactly.
mm-mm.
And
Ate
speaking
nechira.
of marriages, there's that video I told you about,
Mm,
Banange. Abana baffe timugumira mu bufumbo. If it's not working out, don't be sad in that marriage, guys. Talk to someone, eh?
mm,
As long as the wakati bakugobaayo, go
mm,
back. I watched this video. I think I told you about it. This dad was walking his daughter down the aisle. He walked her down the aisle, took her, and like you hand the daughter over to what? To her husband to be. And he
mm.
said, if you ever stop loving her, if you get tired of her, please don't mistreat her. Bring her back to me. And I felt that so deeply. Why do you go and you mistreat someone's
My mom,
daughter or someone's son? Let them go. Let them
my
go
mom
back
as a
to their
singer. You know, like the singers like at Mikolo's in like Uganda.
mm.
You know the singers. My mom as a singer tells you know her nieces and the people she singers to like Ewafetunova. Those things of mistreating Burundi. And no, please
Mm.
bring our people back. You know those
Yeah, we
things
are
of
not here.
Burundi.
By the way, we're not here to advocate for kunovering. Oh, now you
No,
didn't
no,
do
no,
the
no, no, no,
dishes,
no, no, no,
kati
no, no, no,
kanove.
no.
Now
Like,
you left your shoes here, kanove. No, like kunova when you know that you are not safe, and you can also tell
yeah.
when you're not safe. Eh? If you
But
if you have
I
tried everything
didn't
and
actually.
there's no change, Nova.
There are some families where they see marriage as the biggest sacrament of like, oh, you know, Kuguma. You know, like, I know my grandparents, Oshegeda, my
Mm.
grandparents used to, my goodness, they celebrated how many years in marriage, but those chaps used to fight. Woo! Like, I'm like, it would have been easier, you know, like, you know, they even had separate bedrooms, but the fighting that they used to do,
Even
you
with
know,
separate bedrooms, I hear couples that have separate bedrooms sleep better and whatnot. They are much
they
happier.
aren't
But when you
like
have a separate bedroom and you're still
they
fighting,
still
my
good.
dear,
It was just a combination that was not working.
there you're
Which took-
just playing on broken strings, honestly. It's not there.
yeah, and then you know, like, there's some families, you know, like speaking of, you know, like having gone through that, like, why are you leaving a man? Don't leave him. You know, like when he beats you, he means like,
And he
child,
beats
you're
you
going to
because he
break
loves you.
a dead
And know the
daughter.
funniest thing, there are
Mm,
some people who are actually just dating.
mm,
Like you're not even my husband, you're not even my wife. You're just a girlfriend or a boyfriend. But you're there. Hmm? You're in Golola Moses every night. Eh? Mike Tyson, they're biting your ears. You guys are throwing knives. Eh? But you're still there. Chino kwebuulirira. Guys, go look in the mirror and say, is this the life that I want? Another thing, I was listening to some podcast.
mm.
Speaking of partners, ladies and gentlemen, the partner that you have right now, hmm, would you be okay with that being your child? With your child having those character traits that your partner has? Would you be okay with that? If you're okay with that, then stay where you are. If you're not, check yourself, right? Kubanga, abana baffe tubawa ekitiibwa kingi. Like you give your child more kitiibwa. What's the English word for kitiibwa?
Respect.
You respect your child more than you respect your relationship with your partner, right?
Like another person that I met who they were in a conversation of like when I think I've told you this, you know, like when their wife gets sick, you know they wait because some women pretend. So I asked him, "What if your daughter, you know, they get sick?" You know, he was all like, "No, no, of course I take her to the hospital." But then I'm like, "But you know, your wife is someone's daughter."
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
So yeah.
I
we have
know.
to be we have to pay
Intention with the
attention to those
people we are
things. Yeah,
treating.
intentional. And yes, I also would have made quite a few changes on the partners that I was with in the past. Not quite a few, huge changes, because there's some mistakes that I made partner wise that I look back and I'm like, girl, what the fuck were you on? What kind of drugs? Like, you look back and you're like, that is who was stressing you out. But we move.
But we move. Anyway, Omulala, they said they mm, they should have stopped sending money. They shouldn't have even started sending money to the people back home in Uganda, because that whole Mother Teresa situation has left them bankrupt
Shouldn't have started in the first
in
place,
the
because
first place.
once you start like this,
Mm.
you've
Um,
just opened the floodgates. People get entitled when you send them money. Eh?
like I told you of a situation where I helped, like it is, truthfully speaking, it's a random person who I was on a TikTok live and I sent them, like they came with this of I need, help for my child and all this that I go, like, because she's already helping a lot of people. Yeah,
Mm,
and I was like, you know what? I had saved up some money to I had spared some money for like a festive season.
mm.
It's like, okay, like, I think this is your gift today. So I sent up the money. Tell me why they have been hounding me and hounding. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It is so,
Entitlement.
yeah, as like, this is going to become a regular thing.
A
So
habit.
that is, yeah, so that is why I deactivated TikTok. When I'll come back that issue, like
Entitlement.
I feel
Yeah.
sad, like the whole story, but I've been through it, on Facebook, on Instagram, where someone comes up with, like, I feel for you, but then I'm
Mm.
like, I don't think I have the willingness to help, and because I didn't even have the right words to say, I just deactivated. I'm like,
Kwa mukasana, you're like two-faced Idibia. Yeah. Yes, ma'am, that's better. I'm sorry, it was just distracting me so much. I was like, what's going on? Yes,
anyway, so
and
yeah,
some people are
Mother
actually bold
Teresa.
with that entitlement. Eh? Like,
Mm,
omuntu agenda nakusaba sent. Someone can go and ask you for money, like request money, and like let me say they will be like, oh, can you help me with what? With like $100 or something and what? And then you go out of it like, I don't have $100, but let me give you 30,
mm,
right? I don't need to give you that money, and then you bitch about that. My
mm.
hair only, bro. When I am bracing this weather and going to slave in the factory, are we going together? Eh? When I'm here paying rent, when I'm here paying bloody taxes, and I'm paying for all this shit, are we together? Eh? By the time I go out of my way to even told him 1 hour ago, you're not my child, you're not my relative. Even if you're my relative, I don't owe you shit. Yeah? I'm going out of my way to give you $30 and I hadn't even budgeted for. I'm like, you
Mm.
know what? Let me just give you because this is what I can spare. And you're opening your mouth to say only, girl, no, no,
But yeah.
please. Check yourself. Give me back my
Um,
$30 and go somewhere else.
I have two more before we get into what we could do differently in our lives. Huh? Another one was like they would have stopped um they would have stopped, like the whole thing of, like of how we Africans try to develop, both continents at the same time. They would have
What do you mean?
realized they would have realized earlier that Bulaya is home. I think they're in Holland, but then they were trying to develop their lives in Holland and then, trying to develop their lives in Uganda. So like
Let me
they
talk
would
to
have
you.
realized earlier that, what, Holland is home. Like I've come here to start a living.
Mm,
And yeah, but the whole trying to look for after two continents like that, it's the same
yeah.
as sending money back home.
I feel like I'm going through that
Mm,
at the moment, and I don't even know how to like undo that because
mm,
Uganda hasn't been bad to me,
Mm.
right? It hasn't been as bad to me as like other people's experiences with Uganda. So I still feel like it's home because like my parents are still there, my brothers are still there, my sisters are still there.
But is your life still there?
That's the thing. My life is in limbo, and that's like my biggest struggle right now. Like
Mm.
I feel like I haven't solidified my life here in Canada, and like I haven't solidified my life in Uganda. So like I'm just there in limbo, and that's something I'm really struggling with.
Mm.
If anyone out there has help, please, this is my cry for help. I don't know how to
Ah!
I don't know how to deal with this. Like
Mm.
Canada, yes, I've been here. How hey,
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I can't do that,
it's now on two hands. Mukama,
Eh?
I've been here and then Uganda. Like that's where I was born. That's like my home. And I'm still trying to like I don't know. Guys, help me.
Anyway, as someone is going to help you, another person was like,
I know you didn't comment on that. You didn't say
eh?
shit.
Me?
Because I know you.
For me, I totally. But I told you last year, I'm like, you know what? I had to decide. We're on a call with Boo.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
to
I
decide, and I'm
remember.
like, you know what? Uganda doesn't feel like home anymore.
Yeah.
The roads, the people, or like the parliament, the system. Like I understand America is heavy. America has comes with its heaviness, but
Mm,
America, I know where my money is. I know where my taxes go. Or
mm,
Shagera,
I can
because
tell too.
apart from truthfully speaking, apart from great food, of which it's now even rare, the nightlife, I do not go out as much.
True.
Being in Uganda nobeera nosenfufu egwe watyo like okubeera nga the people are seeing an ambulance in traffic and they're not giving it way, but they're giving way to like a member of parliament
Museveni.
because they have
They're giving
okitegera
way to the president.
to the
They're giving way
president.
to this. Yeah,
But
I see what you're saying.
some people die every time they close those roads. Because there was a time years ago an ambulance was minutes away from Mulago, but people had to carry out someone. Like abantu babeerawo ne bagamba, oh my goodness, no, it could be you.
Yeah.
It could be you, the gundi. Like if only you made it to the hospital 2 minutes, you would be alive. But abantu ne bafuna stretcher ne baddusa omuntu. Okitegeera ne baddusa omuntu mu ddwaliro. So now ebyo byonna mbibalamu and I'm like, currently right now, that's not my home. I want to be in a place where I can dress how I want and no one makes like a comment of like, oh my god, ha, ha, like you walk around with your young sister and like it definitely but here there's more like abantu balabyeko.
Mm. There's a bit of
Mm.
respect. The things of Size Young. Oh, Size Young, guys, that's the most disrespectful thing that happened to most women in Uganda.
Mm.
Size Young basically is, how do I even PG5 Size Young?
Mm.
Size young basically means that you're my size. Like if a guy tells you, "Oh, this size young," like you fit me.
No matter what age you are, really.
Yeah, no matter what age you are, and like when you go out, it doesn't even matter what you're wearing. Even if you're wearing a freaking sack,
Mm.
these men will still tell you size young, and they just shout it out like that. Size young, like oh Uganda, I love it. You know what? I think I just love my mom's house.
Yeah, that you haven't been to yet
Her
because you
new
moved.
house, cause she moved.
Anyway, my lip gloss is by Love Balloonji.
Balunchi, Akalango. Hi,
Anyway,
love Galunji, Kathy
oh
girl. We see
my
you. We love
goodness,
you.
this lip. It's not medicated, but it keeps my lips moist.
Otio. And we like moisture. Yeah, we sure do. The moist lips. So next.
Anyway, this is the last one. It's more of like what we have talked about, but I have to read all. Kubanga Bambi, they gave their submissions. This one was like they wish they made different choices. Some things led them to where they are now, but a fear of going after others still led them to where they are right now. Yeah, they are happy, but they really wonder if they would be happier if they're taking more risks.
Mm, I guess they will never know until they start taking the risks now,
That's what I say. I was like, you know what? Probably this is your wake up call, babes.
right?
Honey, this is the cut that I'm going to put in the YouTube short of like, you need to wake up right now and
Mm.
start taking these risks.
But at least you have
Mm.
realized these things, right? You
Mm.
have woken up and now seen that maybe, what is that word? Yeah, David, my English today is not
This.
Englishing. But but we move. At least you have seen these things now and you're
Mm.
more mindful about it. So do the needful, take those risks if you must, right? You never know
Mm.
if you must.
You must. And as me, my second chances, if I was given a second chance at life, for starters, if there's an option, I would choose a better father. I want my mom, I understand mom, but
Mm,
I would choose a better father. You know, having an abusive father kind of put a void in, where I was searching for love for him and among, and through other people. Like if he was a better person, I would probably not be in places that I don't know, because there are times when you're looking for love in the wrong places.
mm.
Yeah. I wouldn't go to St. Mary's Chitend. I am saying that school, like,
Oh God,
I
let's
will
not even
not do
go
that
there.
mistake to, I was so happy when I joined that school because it was the school of that time, but the trauma I have from that school, you
Mm,
know. I met amazing people, I'm not gonna
mm,
lie, but I wouldn't do it. If people decide, like, ask me if they need to take their children there, I'm like, please don't, because I'm still traumatized from then.
very understandable.
Yeah. I would definitely not. I would have gone to healthcare the moment I was done with senior four.
Mm.
Yeah, like I love art, yes, but I've always wanted to be in healthcare.
And
You
you
know,
bitch, you're really good at art, eh?
I am, girl, I am. I'm such a great artist. I was
Oh, that's where
such
not
a
that's not where your heart is.
Yeah, I was such a great fashion designer. Nayenga,
Yeah.
like it didn't challenge me. You get
Hmm.
it didn't, because it used to come easy. But you used to see, you know, I should have taken photography seriously. Like, if I was given a second chance right now, I would have taken photography seriously because I can take a picture.
Bitch, that's
I
art.
I know, but still, like it's not art of drawing. It is
It's
art of.
still art. Mukwano, it's still art. Art comes in different forms. Aba nevi sambi. Art comes.
But you end up like get the solo. Solo now be that.
Maya kutulage bolo. God.
It's just show them Uganda. But yeah, there are some. there are some acquaintances that like if I was given a second chance, I would have been like, you know what, I don't want you in my life. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness, there's so many people I would have been like, like I just like having them in my path has left me so much regret of like, oh, they, like, yeah, we're talking about second chance in life right now, people.
Mm.
Yeah. And then there are some situations where probably, because I am a ghoster, you get, like, I just
After
pack up
some
my
time.
things. I just pack up my things, like if I,
No, I disagree with that, Carlton. You're not a
mm,
ghoster. You
mm.
first take a lot of shit and then you ghost. Because there are certain things that you tell me that people do to you, and then I'm looking at you like, girl, are you for real? Like, yeah. And I'm like, what kind of mental state were you in? I think I've
Yeah,
asked you that question.
yeah, but I don't know, man. It's because, like I'm always looking at the best, and I'm like, probably, but now I don't give that much grace like I used to.
Mm.
Yeah, because truthfully, there's some relationships in my life where I'm like, you know what? Probably if I said something,
Mm.
like when it would have been Mary, because there's some relationships I really miss.
Yeah.
Like I miss how I used to feel in those relationships. But I just packed up my
Mm.
things and I'm like, you know what? It's for the good. So like, yeah, if I was given a second chance in life in this body with a different sperm donor.
But with a different sperm donor,
Yeah.
I feel like with your dad, you are you already mentioned that you were looking for love in the wrong places. You already had an awesome father figure. Peanut's dad,
That's dad, yeah.
right?
But I didn't see, oh my
But you
goodness.
didn't see it because you
I
were
didn't see
focused
it.
on what? On the dookie that was in your face when there's, gold right in front of you.
Yeah.
So I feel like you didn't need to have a different sperm donor because you wouldn't be as fabulous as you are right now. You'd be looking, I don't know how, just saying.
But let me tell you one thing about my mom's genes. Me and Peanut, we don't share but my mom's genes do the job. So I
Yeah,
know
your
about
mom's
how
did
we'll be
their
looking.
job. Yes, your
Yeah.
mom's did. Eish.
Yeah, but yeah, thinking about it, yeah, probably because what Yvonne was talking about is our last born, my mom's last child. This father was so available even before she was born. This man was so available to me, but I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was one of the people who, like, if he could, he paid some of my school fees. He bought me my first mattress when I was going to St. Mary's Gita, and he used to bring food to my mom's home every weekend. Like there was a Nkotayama talk every weekend. But then when I moved abroad, I don't know, like I didn't reach out to him. And that when he passed away during COVID.
Rest his
Uh,
soul.
rest his soul, like it also threw me off of like I didn't realize, oh my God, wow, why don't I have tissue when I need tissue?
Mm. Oh, I want to give you a hug. Oh,
Yeah, so
yeah. Let the emotions flow, my dear. Don't hold back. Yeah, breathe.
right now I was not ready for this today. Um, Now I know why all those white people Abakan didn't have tissue everywhere.
In case you need to wipe.
You never know, you never know. But yeah, so
Are you good?
I am.
Breathe. Okay.
Oh,
You got this.
Very good, this. Sandra, what would you do different if you were given a second chance at life?
Oh, if I was given a second chance at life, I would love my sister as much as she deserved. My sister passed away in 2022, and I didn't even realize what a gem I had in my life
Mm.
because that girl was my biggest support from when we were kids. But I completely misused that. I completely misused her. And I swear, if I had a second chance, I would love on that girl and give her the respect that she deserved. Because Che was such a beautiful soul. I know they talk about these things after people have died and whatnot, but
Mm.
guys,
Victoria,
no, I am not lying.
loved by Victoria.
This girl was something else, honestly. I miss her every day.
Mm.
She was my biggest fan, number one fan. Even Carlton, you, even on your videos,
On
like
my videos,
she was such a beautiful soul, honestly. No wonder she was taken because this world's just too bogus for her to be
you
here.
know.
She had to graduate faster than us. She was even the smartest in the family. So obviously, she graduated before all of us, right? So, if I had a second chance in life, I would have loved on her. I would have enjoyed her and respected her as much as she needed. And then another thing I would have done different if I had a second choice in life is listen to my gut. Mm. So many terrible things have happened to me in my life because I have ignored that gut feeling.
Mm.
That kind of thing that tells you, but are you sure you should go there? Mm? Are you
Mm.
sure you should send that message? Are you sure you should pick up that call? But you ignore these things, right? And when you ignore them, when me personally, when I ignored them, it just led to a downward spiral, downward spiral. And I feel like if I had listened to my gut, if I had a second chance, I would listen to my gut because if I listen to my gut, I feel like I'd be in a better place than I am right now.
Mm.
But I still do appreciate where I am because your girl's grown, your girl's strong. Nothing can phase me right now. I can see through bullshit. At least I hope I can. But no, let me put I can see through bullshit. I can see
Mm.
red flags a mile away. I feel like I'm making better choices in my life right now because of the messed up things I did in my past. Right? At least now I'm able to see patterns, my own patterns, guide myself, and listen. Yes.
When we talk about, like the partners we choose, Banang, in my head, I went through all mine. I'm like, Banang.
Akatabo Cafe.
Wow.
Just open the book and point what letter, the whole alphabet.
You
But
know.
guys, I'm pretty sure we're also on on other people's lists of boy.
Now, limited one. This is I take to the other thing. I don't think I have anyone who regret. It no. I'm definitely not.
Hmm. Okay, should I start?
Let's not. But I trust my guac 2000, so no.
For me, I know I'm on some people's lists. Like,
Mm.
okay, not that demon, but that girl did me a dirty. But the good thing is, I went back to these people and I'm like, I apologized. Yes, I reconciled that. Whether they forgave me or not, that is on them, right? Me, I realized my shortcomings
Mm.
and I went and apologized. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry I did that shit. Like, I was in the right mind space. Yeah. So, yeah.
This
Second
is how we
chance,
end our second chance
Salvador.
Salvador. Oh my, do you know, like this has been I'm so happy we have talked about this, you
Mm,
know.
me too.
Yeah. Oh my God. We should have done this podcast sooner. Thinking
No,
about it.
no, we have done
No,
it at the right time.
at the right time, yeah, but like I don't know, like the relief I get to air out, man. Ah,
Carlton, if we had done
because
it sooner, first look at
mm,
personally, where I was. Yeah, I don't think I was in the right
I'm
mind
so happy I'm one of
space.
those people who gave you a rope when you're sinking. I'm like, I
Like,
can't.
girl, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't.
Because girl, you were sinking, but then I'm like, ugh,
Not on my watch. Not on my
no.
watch. And you know, Carlton, the thing, I really love you, because you, there are some people who correct harshly,
You know,
eh? You correct in a loving way of, babe, are you sure? Are you sure about that? Like, honestly, there's a way you just correct when I'm going the wrong way. There's a way you correct me in like a loving way. There's some people who are like, oh, Karachi, oh, Lemusido, hey, 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 not
but
you.
then I have a mutual who was like, I wish you were like wake up, because they asked me for my advice on someone, and I was like, I don't think you should.
Mm,
But then they didn't take that serious. They were like, So like when things got around, they wish I was like, get
mm,
up. But
mm,
then I'm like, I don't have that in me because like all my life it has always been like, and
no, there
with
never
the
is.
love of Bonita, I
Oh,
swear. Like
baby.
Bonita, if you see this, just so you know, you taught me how to handle situations.
Yeah,
You taught me
Bonita,
how to like
Bonita
I
is. Bonita
ah,
is like a balancing factor, honestly.
Bro, you better come up on this
I
podcast as soon
know.
as you see this.
Whenever I'm
Because
losing
this
my
thing,
shit, I always like channel your inner Bonita.
China. So
Guys,
I
I
am
have
so
never seen
thankful for.
Bonita raise her voice. I have
Yeah.
never seen Bonita say anything
You know
mean
what?
about someone.
But
Like,
Bonita, these things we need to tell them to you, Goluwano. I know you
yes,
because she's one of the people who sees this podcast first. Nelechi, we are going to know if you have watched it to the end.
baby, please,
Yeah.
we need people to see you. We need people to
These
experience
people
you.
will
But then they're not going to take
experience you.
you. Stay with us, please. They ain't
Yeah.
taking you nowhere. You're ours.
Anyway, guys, I think our time is done.
Well,
Eh?
wow, so much. But yeah.
Yeah. Kubanga mnange twali tugambye they're supposed to be 30 ne mama. The days we're going into 1 hour. These days, wow.
Mm, mm, mm. Ate tuli just mujini kavinyo. Guys,
Oh my goodness, we have stopped. Have you realized?
yes.
Eh? We're
No, we haven't
getting
stopped. I guess we are like, we're not getting more
getting
mature.
more mature. Creamy. Mm.
Stop, bitch.
Anyway, guys, I have, and ladies and gentlemen, that is why Yvonne is my number one picky eater. We are so different. Kubanga byonna byayogedde nze bwe ntyo bwe mbirya tomatoes njirya bulungi. I love, like there's some tomatoes right now, bazitoba hemlian heme the oba heirloom. Oh my goodness, I love those tomatoes. Just a sprinkle of salt. Yeah, they look like pumpkins. Yeah. Oh my God, I love those tomatoes. But they're so expensive. But you know, just sprinkle a little salt and pepper. Mm. Anyway. We're on all podcast platforms, and yeah, um, on YouTube and on TikTok. Even though now going to Yvonne is I'm going to manage TikTok because TikTok is going to be shut down, so I won't be have access to it. Yeah, all right. Anyway, love you. Yvonne, talk to you in a few. Eh?